What if I told you you don't need to replace your UK income to travel the world, world school your kids, and actually have a life of freedom and fun? In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I make income as I travel and world school my son, what's working, what I'm still building, and the mindset shift that changed everything for me to make this possible. Hi, I'm Kath. I travel full-time with my son. We world school as we go, and I work remotely online all around the world. And one of the questions I get all the time is, how do you actually afford to do this? How do you make money online? What is it that you do to fund your travels? So today I'm going to be completely transparent. I'm going to talk about the income streams that I have, how they work, and the honest reality of building an income online while you're traveling with your kids. So the mindset shift that changed everything. And let's start here because I think this is actually really important. When I first wanted to leave the UK, and when I first started thinking about making money online, I was comparing what I needed to earn when I was away to what I needed to earn in the UK. Then the question I was asking myself was, could this way of earning money replace what I'm earning in the UK? And the answer was no, which was pretty disheartening, and it made me think I couldn't do it. But the mindset shift came when I stopped trying to compare what I was going to earn remotely in Asia compared to what I was going to earn in the UK. It's kind of like comparing apples and oranges. You just don't, it's not the same thing at all. The question then became, what do I need to earn in order to cover our costs abroad? Not what do I need to earn to live in the UK. They are totally different numbers. Because in the UK, as a family of three, we needed at least £2,000 to £3,000 every month just to stay afloat with, bills and expenses and food and transport and school things and, occasional meals out. Basic stuff, really, nothing fancy. We didn't have a fancy car. We didn't have car finance, actually. We had our car was bought outright. We didn't have a lot of stuff or a lot of expenses, but just basic things, £2,000 to £3,000 a month. I mean, that's living in Kent, but it's not a posh area of Kent or anything. It's, down by the coast. But compare that to Thailand or Goa or Vietnam or any of the places I've been. We can live really well for less than £2,000 a month, easily. In some places, closer to 1,000. So suddenly the income that you're looking to earn online isn't anywhere near as much as you think it might be. And it's much more doable. So that reframes everything. That's the mindset shift that changes everything. You don't need to replace your UK salary. You need to earn enough to pay for what you want to do in the country you're going to. And that's going to be a much smaller number. Okay, so my income stream. So I'm just going to tell you exactly what I do to earn money while I'm traveling. So I don't make, £5,000-10,000 a month. I'll be totally honest with you. I'm not earning huge money from doing any of this. But what I'm earning is enough to cover some of the basics. Some months are better than others. Some months cover, everything, and other months maybe not so much. But this is why I am still in the process of building my income streams, and I'm still in the process of refining them so I make them work for me and my family, so that when we're away, I'm not stuck on my laptop all the time and I'm not working my arse off for next to no money. I'm building now for the future. The first income stream I have is teaching English online. This I do on a platform called Preply, which is really easy to use, easy to get onto. I have a Teaching English as a Foreign Language certificate, which, I don't know, it didn't take me that long to get, less than 6 months. So it's something that anybody can do if you obviously speak English and if you're, happy to teach, happy to talk to people and meet people from around the world. It's quite a nice job. It's a nice little gig to have. Like I said, I do it on Preply. It's very easy to use Preply. There are loads of other sites you could use though. And it's good. It's nice. There's a fairly steady stream of students I get. Sometimes I have a lot of students. Other times I have less students. Fewer students, I should say. I'm speaking English. And yeah, I have long-term students as well. I've had students who've been with me for over 2 years. The only thing with this, I would say, is first of all, with this, when you're traveling, is you've got to have good Wi-Fi. I was teaching when we were traveling around Europe. We were in a caravan, and there were places where the Wi-Fi was fine for just scrolling and stuff, but if you actually needed to teach, it was terrible. So I actually took a break from teaching just because I couldn't get decent Wi-Fi. And it's quite embarrassing when you're on a call with somebody in there and it keeps dropping out. It's not professional and it's just frustrating. So you've got to have good Wi-Fi and good power. In Goa, the power cuts kept happening, so that affected the Wi-Fi. Most places do have co-working spaces, so there's always good Wi-Fi there. As long as you've got a quiet room, you can go in to teach, which isn't always an option. But yeah, it's a good option if you've got good Wi-Fi and reliable power. It doesn't pay the best money. If you are an experienced, highly qualified teacher, yes, you can get really good money teaching English online, and the world is your oyster, really. If you're new, you need to build up things like reviews. You need to build up experience. You can't expect to do a month-long TEFL course online and then go and charge £50 an hour, because it's just not going to happen. People won't pay it. I started off at £10 an hour a few years ago, and I built up to £20 an hour. So it's still not great money. But people do earn good money doing it, but you need to have experience and probably more qualifications than just a simple TEFL certificate. But that's, it's a good little side earner. It's not a bad thing to make a bit of money. So you need to plan your days around your students, or you need to make sure your timetable fits your days. So it's work. It's work where you have to be in one place for a certain amount of time doing this particular job. So it's not as flexible as passive income. So the other thing that I do is I am a life coach. I've been a certified life coach for about 5 or 6 years now. It's another one that I've kind of dropped in and out of over the years, but it does pay a lot better than teaching English. And I absolutely love it. I love coaching. It's not always as easy to get clients because it's a higher paid, role. But again, it's something you can do if you have a skill, if you have experience in something. You can do coaching or consulting, and you can get really good money doing this. Again, you need good Wi-Fi and good power. You need somewhere quiet to work, and it's time for money. Rather than passive income. But yeah, it pays a lot better than the teaching English, and it's something I absolutely love doing. Then there comes to the more passive income. So digital products is something I really, really love. So this is basically passive income. It's passive once you've made the things. So to create the product in the first place, whether it's a downloadable PDF or a course or some sort of template that people can download and use. So something that you know about, that you can teach someone or help someone with, or, guide them through the process of doing something. Once you've created that, which obviously takes time, then you can sell it on repeat, and it's basically passive income. Now, this is the thing I love the most because it is the easiest thing to do. Once it's done, it's out there, and all you have to do is just sort of promote it on social media, YouTube, wherever you're promoting it, or sell it on somewhere like Etsy as well. There's plenty of places you can sell these things, or Amazon. You can write a short book and you can sell it on Amazon. There's loads of ideas with this. I was told years ago, you don't have to be an expert in something. You just have to know more than other people in the room. So if you are the person that people ask about something, you can create some sort of resource on it and people will buy it. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be something like how to grow vegetables. It could be something like how to look after your hamster. It could be something about how to play guitar. It could be anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be related to your job, your career. It could be related to a hobby, or it could be something completely different. If you've got kids, maybe it's something like, ideas for packing kids' activities for a long car drive. Genuinely, it could be anything. People will buy anything. If they have a problem and you have the solution, doesn't matter what it is, people will buy that solution. If you go on Etsy and just look at the downloadables and the PDFs and things that people sell, it's genuinely about everything and anything. So have a think about what you know that other people maybe don't, or what people ask you for help on that you could support someone with, and then create something based on that. And it doesn't have to be complicated. It could just be a one-page PDF that you create on Google or Canva, or it could be a full course with modules and lessons and videos and audio and PDFs. It could be as big or as small as you want it to be. Obviously, small is going to be cheaper, bigger is going to be more expensive. So have a think about what it is that you want to create, how much time you've got, where you're going to promote it, and get started. So just as an example, for me, I've got a free resource, which is how to make your first £100 online. And that's kind of the starting point for people. So they can find the free resource, they can download that for free. There's a £7 offer, there's a £15 one, and then there's a £29 one, which is the UK exit plan, how to leave the UK with kids. And that's a more deeper kind of involved step-by-step guide to how you can leave the UK with your kids. It covers all sorts of different things. And then after that, I offer coaching. So I have planning calls, and I have actual coaching as well. So it kind of goes down from the free stuff down to the most expensive stuff, which is the coaching at the bottom. And, it takes time to build that up as well. The digital products aren't making me rich at the moment. I've only just created most of them. So it's going to take time to promote those and sell those. But once you've got those going, and once you've got the funnel, your business funnel in place, it's going to be the easiest way to make money, because you don't have to do anything really to sell those products. Plus, it's much easier to sell things like that when you're in a different time zone. So for me, I was teaching English when I was in Australia. I was teaching a student who was in Italy, and it was just too difficult. When you've got passive income, when you've got things to sell online, it doesn't matter what time of day that people buy them. You can be asleep and people can buy them. It's great. So what I've learned about making money online is there's a few things I've learned. I'll be totally honest. Firstly, I really genuinely believe everybody in the world has something they can teach, they can create, they can sell. You have skills, you have knowledge, you have experience in something, you have life experience behind you, whether that's from your job or from having kids or from traveling the world or from breeding dogs. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, you have experience in something that other people want. So then the question doesn't become, what do you have? It becomes, how do you package it so it's accessible and people will buy it? The second thing is just start. Don't wait for the right time. Start before you feel you're ready. I have had lots of different products in the past. Like I said, I was a life coach on and off for a long time, and I created products for that business. And every time I create something, I think it's perfect. And then I move on, my clients move on, things change, and then I want to create something new. So just because you create something now doesn't mean you will have that for sale for the rest of your life. You will make new things, you'll create new things, you'll want to sell and teach new things. So the first thing you make now might not be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to make it. You just have to start. If you don't start, you'll never know if you can actually do this and make money out of it. So don't wait for the right time, because the right time is now. Which leads me on to the next thing. Number 3 is that being consistent is better than being perfect. Showing up and doing it, doing the thing, making the thing, promoting yourself, learning, growing is way better than waiting for things to be perfect. Because the months where my income is better and higher is the months that I show up more consistently. So the months where we're physically traveling, we're moving around a lot, or things are going on in life that make it difficult for me to show up, are the months where my income is lower. The months where I'm here doing Instagram, doing YouTube, talking to people on Facebook groups, doing the things, sharing my experience, are the months where things get better and my income gets higher. And that's just the reality of building a business that's based on social media and having to find an audience. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If you need to find an audience through social media, you have to put in the work. You have to find the customers. You have to bring them into you. And the fourth thing is, it's not going to happen overnight. You might hear about these people who, decided to leave the UK, opened their laptop and suddenly had thousands of pounds every month coming in. It might happen occasionally. It does happen occasionally, but for the most part, it takes work, it takes time, it takes consistency, it takes not being perfect, it takes just showing up and doing the thing and believing in yourself and believing it's going to happen. Okay, so if you're sitting here thinking, all right, that all sounds great, but where do I start? Here's how you need to think about it. What do you already know that somebody else will pay you to learn about or have you help them do? That's your starting point. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. You could be a nurse, you could be a teacher, you could be an architect, you could be an accountant, a project manager. It doesn't matter what you do. There is something you have that other people will want to buy from you. There are always people out there who will pay to learn what you already know and what you probably take for granted as well. If you want to do something like teaching English, go on Preply because it's a really, really great place to start. There are thousands of students there and they will find you and you can work together and you can start building up experience on a platform like Preply really easily. So you could be literally earning within a week or two on Preply. But from there, start thinking about how you can package your knowledge into a marketable asset, right? What can you get out of your head, put down on paper or talk to a camera, teach somebody, even, one-to-one, like I do one-to-one coaching. It doesn't have to be a pre-recorded thing. You could offer, let's say, coaching on consulting. So you can teach people in a group or one-to-one and make really good money doing it. But even if you create a very simple PDF that you sell for a few pounds on somewhere like Etsy, if you have the right idea, you can make a lot of money. Once you have that idea, you can package it into something that doesn't require your time every time someone wants to buy it. And this is what I put together in my free guide, How to Make Your First £100 Online. It walks you through exactly this. I've linked it in the description and it is completely free. So start there, have a look, have a think. In all honesty, I'm not exactly where I want to be financially yet with this remote working. I've still got work to do, but it's coming along and I'm building it. And I'm doing all that while I'm traveling with my son and I'm world schooling and I'm moving around and I'm figuring everything out as we go as well. Because I want to have a life that costs less, but gives me more in freedom and a better way of life. And that's exactly why it's worth doing. So if this is something that you really want to try, follow along. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video because that really helps me as well. And keep watching my videos because this is what I do. I share the reality of world schooling, of long-term travel, of leaving the UK, of making money while we're doing it. The good, the bad, the scary, the real stories, the real life. And if you've got any questions about any of the income streams I've mentioned, drop them in the comments because I will read them. See you in the next video.